Hey guys, through every day of our life, we have such different experiences of what we're going through and what we're feeling, and all these emotions start to come up, and all these different changes that come up. And sometimes it doesn't always feel as good because you feel like, things are off, even at this time. Like we're walking through the tunnel and it's dark and we want to see the light. And then we start to say to ourselves, is there a light at the end of the tunnel? I hope so, because, I know there's been a lot of ups and downs and confusion and distortion and all this other stuff. That's why, like for me, as a spiritual advisor and coach, I'm here for you guys and, to help you on your journey, but also explains the breakdown of what's going on so I can guide you, okay, and open up the doors. But anyone that doesn't know me, or you guys do know me, hi, I'm Mark. I'm the spiritual advisor and coach. Why don't you check my description box below? I have so many different sessions on how I can help you. Look at it and see which one resonates with you. I would really love to help you on your journey. But welcome to your weekly pick a card. This is pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. With each pile I pick up, every card I pull from the pile, there'll be messages from your angels, guides, loved ones, whoever will come through to help you on your journey. But pick the pile that you resonate with. Also, I love you to subscribe so this way you can keep up to date on my channel, and so this way you know what's going on. And I'm so excited to help you guys, and that's my goal as a spiritual advisor. So let's get started. All right, so welcome to pile number 1. Let's see wonderful messages from the other side to you guys. Oh, I'm bound. So we need to detach. This is a big thing for all of us, to let go. Don't hold on to, I'm bound from it. Don't feel like you still have to own it or you're responsible for it. When we deal with everyday life and we feel like we're attached, we feel like, oh, well, I should help this person because, he can't do it on his own. Well, think of it this way. There's always a balance of duality. Sometimes, guess what? You have to help yourself. It's great to help others. It's interesting. My father would say to me, even when I started doing my spiritual work, you can love people, support people, but you can't change them. So I know you want to help them and guide them and direct them, and absolutely go for it. But we got to know a certain boundary on how far we want to go with it. Not saying you have to limit yourself, but do it in a way that you're also taking care of yourself. And also, part of taking care of yourself is letting go of things that don't serve you. I know I work a lot on myself. Oh boy, do I work a lot on myself. And this is years and years of working on myself energetically and mentally and emotionally. Old fears and doubts and concerns. It doesn't matter, whatever it is. It could be a financial thing. It could be an emotional thing, dealing with family, friends, within your own emotional stuff that you haven't totally resolved, or you have resolved but you haven't let it go. That's why they tell me to tell you guys to unbound it. Why hold on to something that doesn't serve you? I'm learning that, and I know you guys are learning that, but they're telling me for us to achieve and progress as a soul, we have to learn to start to detach more, unbound from it. You do not want to stay with it because it's not serving a purpose for you and it's not helping you to move forward, then you're not going to progress. And I know sometimes it's hard. I know, I understand it's hard to let go about certain emotions. But you'll see how much more free you'll be if you get into yourself and say to yourself, what do you deserve? And what do you want to hold on to that serves you and that what does not serve you? I'm not saying separate yourself from everyone, but really comes down to is working on within oneself to make oneself happy and helping others, of course. Okay, so create a balance between the two. That's why this is saying unbound. That's what anyone, family, friends, it doesn't matter. All right. You know what? You guys do know we've been going for this for a while, but we're going through a transformation. We are going through changes. And you know what? If you look what's going on, everything is going on. Look what's going on around the world. Look what's going on with us, right? The planets, the universe, the galaxies, everything is changing over. So, what are we learning from this? Okay, we're learning, from spirits telling me to tell you guys that detach, right? Whatever doesn't serve you, you want to let it go. And this could be from old stuff from the past. It could be right now that you're saying this doesn't feel right. And part of the transformation comes in is the change of it, because once you start doing the unbounding and detaching, now you can move forward and go through the transformation of resolving things that you haven't resolved by unbounding it and letting it go. And then you could go through energetically physical changes, emotional changes, mental changes, and spiritual changes. There's a lot. That means you'll be at a higher frequency spiritually, right? Mentally, you'll have more clarity because you're more in tune of what you need to do versus what doesn't serve you. Emotional, you'll feel like you're more balanced and you'll be able to handle the emotions, right? And physical, even if you have ascension symptoms, you'll be able to resolve it more and you won't always feel the effect of it. Because while we're feeling that funky stuff, people get heart palpitations, lack of sleep, all that will balance out. That's all part of the transformation. But keep this in mind that we need to do it in steps, and we have to stop being hard on ourselves. We look too deep into things. So keep it in a frame in your mind. You could even write this down, that detach is a big key word of letting go. That's a big word to move forward. If you do not let go and keep on hold, and then it becomes a karmic thing and you don't want that. And the transformation, now they could bring wonderful energies to you, and they could do more downloads. Your DNA will change, right? But your whole being, your mind, body, spirit will change. Everything, even your spiritual awakening will open up more. That's part of the transformation. But the transformation, it cannot occur until you start letting go. I mean, it makes sense, right? It makes really a lot of sense. Now, dealing with the Council of Light, that means the collective. Another way of saying Council of Light could be angels from the other side, but also the Council of Light is, right, we as a collective. Are we raising our vibrations? So when we raise our vibrations, the collective is coming together. They're connecting. And as they connect more and more, you'll see we're going to go into a higher level of consciousness and awareness. And when you say that's part of the transformation, the changeover, you'll be able to be aware and see things more in a different light. And that's part of the transformation of really changing over. And something who you were before, you're totally different now. Why? It's because you're allowing the doors to open by trusting more, having faith more, and allowing everything to happen. The other way, if you keep things locked up, and you don't move forward with it, and you keep on doing the old habits, and that's part of karmic thing. Deals if it's a bad thing or not such a great thing, you want to let it go. But then you're going into the changes from the transformation, but then you're going over for the Council of Light, not only for the collective coming together, because we're all a Council of Light, we're all big, we're powerful souls all coming together as one, but also dealing with the other side. So what's happening here, part of the transformation, the next step as we're changing over, the Council of Light comes in, well, the collective, we're changing over, we're all coming together, right? and the doors are going to open up more on the spiritual side of things. So tell me, how wonderful is that? Think of the changes that go on. I mean, isn't this great changes? I mean, think about it. Think of all the things that we can do. You know, a lot of times we forget who we are as spiritual souls. You know, I used to say our spirit is in our body. Wrong. Our body is in our spirit. Our spirit is huge. Okay? And it's part of the transformation of the changeover, because the spirit's learning to grow at a different level now. Not only here, but we transfer over also on the other side. So you keep on progressing. Here is kindergarten, first, second, third, fourth, fifth grade. Well, your soul goes into levels like that too. All right? This is the hardest school you'll ever learn. But that doesn't mean to be hard on yourself. That means to stay strong and have faith and trust. You need to have faith and trust, right? And when you have faith and trust in yourself and the other side, you'll let things go. The changeover will come, like the DNA will change over, your mindset will change over, old patterns will start to release from you, and then you become more collective of the council of light. Everything's coming together and we're all connecting, and we all almost like have a very similar, not actually the same, but very close to consciousness and awareness. People talk about the veil opening up. The veil's been opened up for years. Is our conscious mind, our subconscious mind is awakening. We're going to the next level. So is that awesome or what? Now, of all the things that I've been telling you today, your angels, you know what they're saying to me to tell you guys? I'm just going to tell you right now. From detaching, transformation that we're going through changes. As you guys already know, you can feel the energies, don't you? Okay. And then the collective is coming together. They're saying, yes, this is all happening. It's not your imagination. And look, messages from your angels and guides and sending masters, they're all agreeing. They're saying, yes, this is really going on. Do not think of this as part of your imagination. This is a wake-up call. For those who are not totally awakened, well, guess what? They will be sooner or later. Everyone evolves to their own level. But I can tell you, through it, they're telling me this right now, to tell you guys, is to stay on track, to stay focused, stay centered, and be truthful to yourself. When you're truthful to yourself, all these changes can occur by knowing how to move forward in your life, how these changes are going to happen within your mind, body, and spirit, and how we're coming as a collective. It's almost like being on the other side, all the souls come together. Well, there's a council of light there, but there's a council of light here. It's happening. You can see what's going on around the world. We don't even have to go into that. But you can see the ones that are awakening more, they're starting to say, no, we're not taking that anymore. We're moving forward and we want this way, not this way. Nothing, this is not right. We're standing for our ground. We're standing for what we believe in. We have faith and trust in ourselves. And that's what they want. They want the real you come out. And when you bring out the real you, you'll see, you'll feel differently. There was one psychic told me by the end of the year, said to me, and I'm a psychic too, said, you're going to be different than you were the beginning of this year. And I can see the changes going on and how I'm feeling mentally, emotionally. I'm sure you guys are too. So it's awesome. We're at an exciting time. So might as well enjoy the journey. Right? Depends on how we handle it and how we experience it. So keep that in mind. Just take one thing at a time. And anything resonate with you guys, if you ever want to schedule a session with me, I can really help you if you're missing things or you're feeling off. And I can really help you balance and help you move forward in your life. And, please, write comments on the comment box below. I'd love to hear from you. And I will write back, I promise you. Okay. And thank you guys so much for being here. You guys are awesome, awesome, awesome. It means at the bottom of my heart. And the best way to support my channel is smash that like button and knowing to take one step at a time and breathe through it. I know we're going through a rough time, but things are going to get better. We're going to be okay. So keep that in mind and remind yourself of all this chaotic stuff that's going on. And subscribe at Marc Healing Arts, right here on spirituality and wisdom. I always teach it, always love to educate and keep you informed. I'll see you next time. Take care of yourself, love each other. I'm Marc, I'm the spiritual advisor for Marc Healing Arts. All right, you guys getting excited? Welcome to pile number 2. Yeah, we really need this because of all the different changes that are going on. Deep replenishment. We need rest. Sometimes we're working so hard. We're so hard on ourselves. We feel like we always have to work. We need the balance to relax. For us to have these DNA, changes going on, the downloads, a lot of different changes that are going on within us. The old energies are releasing. Old things that we held on ourselves. The angels are coming up, but we need the change by resting for this to occur. I usually recommend rest by meditating would be so wonderful. Just close your eyes and just get to it yourself. I don't care if you do it 15 minutes a day. Put a white light around yourself, and this is a way of resting, right? And getting into yourself. I'm closing my eyes right now, just showing you guys on how to do it. You can sit in a chair like what I'm doing and just be in a comfortable room, put a white light around you, and just stay focused in the moment and just keep your mind silent. I call this silent meditation, where you're just focusing what the mind's showing you. It doesn't matter whatever you see or experience, that's for you. But don't force it, just let it come. And times if you don't get it right away, it'll happen. But do anything to replenish yourself. Sleep, meditation, also, believe it or not, going outdoors, getting the light. I'm so much into the light with the circadian cycle. You guys could check it out on that. But it's the internal clock of your body to really, people don't realize when they're not getting enough light, they don't have as much energy. When you get more light, you have more energy. Doesn't mean you have to overdo it. Have your discretion. I know dermatologists talk about sun cancer, so you want to be careful. But do whatever you need to do to recharge yourself, right? But those are I call the rest exercises for myself. It's meditation or relaxation exercise, I should say. Sleep, that's not really. It's more of you're resting. You're in a different place. It's almost like a meditation, but it's different, of course. And going in the light by connecting with Mother Nature and feeling her warmth, but also feeling yourself grounded and being recharged and also being healed. Check it out with the circadian cycle. You'll see they even mention about it could even heal traumas. It is really, really powerful. I'm just letting you guys know. So check that out. Here's another thing from your angels is keepers of the earth. What is that? Okay, this question is, what is keepers of the earth? Well, from your angels right here, and the ascending masters, they tell me to tell you, you are not alone. Okay, so you are not alone, and these are keepers of the earth. So it's, at times through these ascension symptoms, I'm sure some of us, I'm sure you guys can relate, some of you, maybe not everyone, can relate. Sometimes don't we feel like we're alone, like we don't connect with others? Well, they tell me to tell you guys, well, guess what? You're not alone. We feel like alone. Did you guys know that when you go to sleep at night, right, you're on the other side? But guess what? When you come on the earth, You have angels and guides, and they're all loved ones, to my opinion. They're all helping you go from the earth, well, actually from the other side, to the earth. To go into the body. And when you come out, according to God or the higher power, however you want to say it, and angels, they help you transfer back. And they're always around here on the earth. So are we ever alone? Well, I don't think so. Okay, because they're always around. They're here, even though you may not see them, they're around. This world is an illusion. They're all around us, right? So when we go to the other side, when we trans back, and when we're born on the earth, they're still around. So remind yourself, you are never alone. We think we're alone, but we are not alone. Okay? So remember, and this is important, like I just mentioned to you guys, is to rejuvenate yourself, whatever you need to do to rebalance yourself. I could throw a thing in, not only just to relax, but I'm not a nutritionist, so I'm just going to say it this way. The better the foods that you eat that are raw, the higher your vibration is, even through this spiritual changeover. Okay? And that, believe it or not, how we eat will help us go to sleep at night. Why people have problems sleeping. It's not just having stress in their mind, but our gut is right here. Here are our two brains. They talk to each other. You get nauseous and you go, oh my God, I don't feel well. And so one brain in the gut here, they call it the two brains, they talk to each other. So keep in mind, so if this is doing good, well, guess what? Your gut, it'll help you go to sleep at night. Don't you need the replenishment? Don't you need to rest? Don't you need to sleep? Right? But this will help it with it. But also, knowing, well, we're going through the spiritual changeover, knowing they're opening doors, they're guiding us, they're supporting us in our journey. So don't ever, ever, ever think we're alone, because I just mentioned the examples are how they are really with us. And I think that's wonderful. Here's a really powerful things from your angels. I mean, they're telling me, and they emphasize on this very strongly. They're even coming through me as well as through the card, is we need to trust our path. We're starting to question things about what's happening with us. We have to listen within. When we listen more within, we're going to get the true answer. Or answers, I should say. But we need to trust our path more. When things are flowing in the right way, right, everything will come together. And they're guiding you. Sometimes we may say, well, this feels uncomfortable. I don't know if I want to do this, and this feels really off. Maybe I shouldn't do it. Well, no, because if it's pulling in that direction, even though it feels leery, take a chance. It's okay. That's part of trusting your path. Get the messages from angels. Don't you guys, because I know I do, I get plenty of that. Don't you guys get messages from your angels? Don't you ever get numbers? I've been getting so many numbers. Actually, this morning, what did I get? God, I think I got 404. That's right, I'm up early, okay? So don't say, oh my God. 404 and 505. Right? And 808. I mean, I just started up and it's already happening. So they're constantly giving us messages to tell us to stay on our path, and we are on the right path by those messages. So if you're questioning and you're not watching how things are flowing, even though it may feel leery to you, watch the messages from the angels. And when you get the number, angel numbers like 808, 908, 444, 333, look it up and you'll see. I find for myself, emotionally, mentally, physically, and spiritually, it relates every single time. Okay? So that also is another way to trust your path. Really, really, really important. So think of all the different changes that I was telling you on how to feel good and get the rest that you need. Also knowing you are being guided by your spirit, angels and guides, so they're always with you, so don't ever feel isolated. Also, to trust your journey, because they're giving it to you. That's what I mean. You're never alone. They're here. They're responding to you. They're giving you information, even by the angel numbers, or you have a gut intuition, or you may see something in your head. Someone may say something. Follow those things. Those are messages to help you keep yourself on your path. I know it's tricky at times. And I love how your angels balance this out. I love it, I love it, I love it. Because look, not only do you need rest, and yes, to do your work karmically, or what you learn, your lessons on this earth of ours, but we also need to listen up at times, not to get so serious and not to look too deep into things. Sometimes we're questioning too deep. My father, bless his soul, he used to ask me to ask Spirit all these questions, and he got so deep into it. It's good to ask questions, but when you ask too many questions and it gets too confusing, and they were joking around by saying, "Can we start on the first question?" Because it's almost like my father. It's a cute thing. I mean, they were joking around, but it almost like he was confusing them. I know I got confused. So there's a time to look into things and have fun and to play. They want you also have some fun and enjoyment, right? Isn't part of the experience of life is to play and enjoy and search out. I know some people think playing is like, oh, I want to go on a date. That's fun, but not to play games with it, of course. But, whatever you think about being as playing around, joking around with your friends, right? Doing things that are fun to you. Go on trips, right? I mean that's also a better way. Or just do something that you normally wouldn't do. Just go out of the norm, and they just want you to have that balance of the rest. That they want you to have fun. They also want you to do the work, of course, what you need to learn and grow. And part of that is staying on your path. Because when you stay on your path, right, as the angels and guides guide you and support you in your journey, you'll keep on flowing and things will come together and it'll keep you on your path. Sometimes we knock ourselves off our path and then we get so confused that we don't even know where to put ourselves, and we're saying, oh my God, where do I go next? And then we're going like all over the place. So remember, this is really important. Remember the duality, the balance. You need the balance, not only to stay on your path, but things to flow. So remember to play, rest, learn your karmic lessons and all that, right? And knowing you're always being guided and directed. I mean, these messages are very clear and right to the point. For us to progress as souls, as we evolve, we need to go through these steps to move forward. And if this resonates with you guys, if you ever want to schedule a session, look at the description box below. I would really help you. Because I know life can be really confusing, right? And then you don't know where to put yourself. So I kind of clear that up for you to help you, with it. But always listen to your heart too. I mean, oh my God, it's so important. But thank you guys so much, so much for listening in and tuning in. Because the angels and guides, loved ones, they all come forth and they're here to guide you as well as me on your journey to open it up and see the light of things, making sure that just take it as it comes and be in the moment. Okay? And that's really important. And the best way to support me is to hit that like button. And also, just please keep in mind that, for me as a spiritual advisor, I understand the changes that are going on because I know they're as rough. But remember always to love yourself, and that's really, really important. And subscribe at Marc Healing Arts here. And you guys It's been such a great experience seeing you guys here once again. I'll see you soon. I'm Mark. I'm the spiritual advisor for Marc Healing Arts. All right, you guys, here's pile number 3. Let's see what messages from your angels. Oops, I took them all at the same time here. Just to let you know, through all the spiritual changes that we're going through, the angels come forth and let me know right away, you're always protected. Even though you may not think you are, things may look scary, and you start to question things like, am I going to be okay? Like someone could have had a divorce, someone could have lost a loved one, right? They're lost in themselves, what's going on around the world. There could be someone thinking, am I protected? I'm scared. Or where do I put myself? I'm confused. Am I really protected? I don't know. Or, or people concerned about their finances, whatever it is. You know what? I, as a spiritual advisor, I'm going to tell you guys right now that if you put your mind, yes, I know you got to do the work, but if you put your mind into thinking positive, you'll be surprised the more vibrations you put out there, the doors will open up. Because you know why? Because we don't put the doubt. So the angels are protecting us, but they want us to keep the doors open. Because when we keep the doors open, then things are going to come our way. Not everything at 100%. Some people say, well, I've been praying for the lottery, and I haven't won the lottery. Well, maybe you were meant to win the lottery. Maybe you were meant to work, not hard, but work smart. Right? So they're always by your side. And then you know what? You don't know who will come into your life that it could be a stranger, that you could be in a weird situation and they're here to help you. Just like you have helped others. So you're always being protected in one form or another, even if you're not aware of it. Right? So you have relatives, you have friends, sometimes you have a stranger on the street, sometimes you could have the off experience, you could have spiritual experience like the angels could come forth. I had, when I was driving, I'll never forget this, but I was driving, because I live in Florida, so I was driving down this one street, and I heard them saying, don't do that. I'm saying, don't do that. And I want to show you guys for the protection-wise, and all of a sudden I felt my car like shimmy, like someone took the car and like shook it like this. And I said, what the heck was that? Well, I didn't realize that my car, I thought it was like conked out, but it actually it was like being held. And then I'm looking right in front of me, and I was going to turn into the left lane. There was a truck that just came from out of nowhere. If I would have turned, that would have been, for me. And then when I looked up, and I thought this was my imagination, I just saw like a white formation, one on each side of my car. And I saw kind of their face, but I saw this white glow coming from their eyes. So I went, whoa. And these were the angels, and they said they were Michael and Gabriel. And they come in different forms, and this is one of their forms. They actually helped me. So whenever we don't think we're being protected, we are being protected. So do not think anything different, okay? You know what? And this is for both of you guys. This isn't just for the women, but this is for the men too. And I'm going to break this down for you because this is what they're telling me right now. The warrior woman, that means we have a female side and a male side, right? Male energies, female energies within us. Everyone, I don't care if you're a male or female, you have them. But it's the emotional side. That means be more emotionally supported to yourself, that toughness within yourself, knowing how to stabilize yourself emotionally, keeping things manageable, right? As well as knowing how to deal with everyday life. So we think of the warrior woman as like they have this sword and you have to be a tough woman. No, see, Spirit has their own terminology on how they think. Okay, sometimes it's like ours, sometimes it's totally different. In this case, they tell me that it means it this way. It means like the female side within you, the emotional side, that the female energy is the emotional side of our being, knowing how to stabilize our emotions, knowing how to manage our emotions so we can move forward. So we want to be the warrior within us, to knowing how to balance out our emotions. We all have challenges with that. I don't give you a male or female. We all have problems balancing our emotions. Okay? So that's where they're coming forth, and they're telling me to tell you, be that warrior woman within you. That means the female energy. It doesn't mean the woman. It means the female energy, knowing how to stabilize your emotions and handle emotional everyday life. So 2 things that are coming up. One thing that they just mentioned is you're always being protected and watched in all different ways I mentioned to you. And also dealing with the warrior within you, knowing how to balance your emotions so you're being protected, and knowing how to deal with your emotions so you could live everyday life and things can flow better and they'll come together for you, and you won't be so stressed, and you'll live like more to the fullest, because you'll enjoy life more, because you'll know how to handle things as they come. I know it's hard, but it can happen if you work at it. All right? But for doing all this, right, we need to really need it. We all do. Every single person on this earth, we all need this. We all need to be grounded. I mean, did you guys know just by being outside in the light, you can get grounded? It's not just meditation. Sometimes I find I'm more grounded on the outside, connected to Mother Earth, than I am meditating. Did you guys know that? Right? So ways you can ground yourself is being in the light. That you don't have to be in the bright sunlight to, get sunburn or something, but just going out in the light, in the retina of your eyes. I can't diagnose, but the retina of your eyes, it absorbs that light, right? And it does wonderful things. And it's called the circadian. It really works on the internal clock of the body. So do things to ground yourself. Why? Because this way, when you ground yourself, not only do you feel grounded and balanced, but this way, things are going to come together for you, and you'll see things how they are. You'll know how to balance out your emotions, like I just mentioned to you, right? Knowing how to deal with everyday life's emotions, okay? And then dealing with knowing you're being protected and watched over. But we need to ground ourselves, because people will say, I had clients say to me, well, Mark, I never feel my angels or see them, because we're not grounded. They are protecting you, but you're not grounded. So if you're not grounded and you're not aware, you're not going to feel the protection, but they always protect you. Now, if you say, I don't want no protection, that's a different story. So you see how it connects, because, let's put it this way, if we're emotionally able to handle everything that comes in our life, we reduce our stress and we'll be able to function better. But the angels want to protect us. So by us getting more grounded, we'll be more aware of that they're around, and they'll even be able to protect us more. Do you know when we're not grounded, they have difficulty sometimes, not only to bring blessings to us, because if we think negative, we close the door of that, but also, did you know that, dealing with not being grounded, you could be all over the place. For me as a vegan, I'm not telling you guys to become a vegan, but if you eat high vibration food, to eat really well, that also will help you ground. That's why I'm bringing that up. That also will help you ground more and give you more clarity, right? So one thing goes right into the other. Dealing with, let me see, if emotions, if we know how to handle them, we can feel more grounded, because if we're stressed, we're going to be not grounded. So how do we ground ourselves? Well, we can get into the light, like I mentioned to you. Eating proper foods, getting rest and sleep also can ground you, okay? So, and this way we could feel the Spirit always there to protect us and guide us Isn't that what we're looking for? Isn't that what we want? And you know what? And what they're telling me right here, just to let you guys know, that whoever is on here watching this, they're telling me, I'm just telling you, and this is for the collective, whoever comes on here and they're hearing this, you guys are star seeds. We're not just from this planet, we're from other planets as well, in all different incarnations. We've been incarnated many times. It's not just one time, but many times. And they want you to become more aware. Well, if you're more grounded, aren't you going to be aware of your surroundings? Well, if we get into meditation and we start opening up, we're going to start to learn more about who we are as a soul. And then we're going to say, well, why am I so connected to the stars and the planets? Why do I feel very connected when I look at the sky? Because you're a star seed. And, I know different people have said to me, I'm a star seed. And I pick up, I said, you are. We are such powerful beings. We're not just incarnated on the earth. Not to get too complex with you guys, but we're in all incarnations all at the same time. We could be on the earth, many timelines, be on other planets, universe, galaxies, all over the place. That makes us a star seed because we could be in multiple places at the same time. But our consciousness, our subconscious and awareness is only on what we need to know at the time, because we're going through all that, but they want you to focus on what's important and what you need to know, with it. But you need to know, that's why we need to get ourselves more grounded, so this way we can, I almost said zoomed in, tuned in, okay, because we're more powerful beings because we're all over the place. Now, do you see why it's so important that we kind of keep our frequencies up, okay, and think positive so they can really protect us, because we are being protected. But sometimes by our negativity, we say, I don't want anyone to help, then they move away. But they're still around you, they're going to help you. But if you say, I don't want anyone around me, kind of a thing, they may say, oh, we can't take their free will away from that person. We're assigned to them, but we can't, So we have to be careful about words. Doesn't mean that they're not around and they'll come back and protect you, okay, after a while. But they're still around you anyway, and they'll know if you need protection. If you say it and all of a sudden you need something and the urgency because you feel imbalanced emotionally, they'll come back and protect you, okay? So there's a lot of dealing with balancing your emotions. That is so important. Got it. It's so important. But we need to do the exercise to feel stable so we can deal with the emotions. We also need to know we're more powerful soul than we even realize. So let's put all our work into what we need to do to fulfill our destiny by learning what we need to learn. And what we know is when it keeps on getting repeated over and over again, we know we need to move more forward and do those things. Because if they keep on happening over and over again, then you'll know. But as a starseed point of view, when you're connected to the universe more and more, and you get more and more open up psychically, you'll say, oh my God, I'm from here. I am a starseed. Wow, how did all this happen to me? But they're always on your side, these angels and guides, and they're willing to give you the love and the support that you need. But we need to put things into place for things to come together. And if this resonates with you guys, I would love to help you. If you check out the description box below, you'll see different sessions I offer, like reading, healings, coaching, past life regression work, and so much more. And I can really help you on that path, because I love when you guys are here. It means, the world to me. I can feel your energies. When you do come on here, I just get tuned with the vibrations. Even though I know this isn't live at the moment, but I could just tune in. I can feel the vibrations of who's coming on. I can't explain it, but I can feel the energy changes going on. I'm an empath. I'm a Cancer, so I just feel that. But and the best way to support me is please press the like button, and I'd love to hear from your comments, please, because I would love to help you. If you have a question at all, also subscribe at Marc Healing Arts right here, and I go into, as you guys know, I go into spiritual philosophy and wonderful information from Spirit. Take care. See you soon. I'm Mark. I'm the spiritual advisor for Marc Healing Arts.